Alrighty, guys. We are on our way back from Post Canyon. I never do these things, but I figured it wouldn't be a bad idea to do a little summary reflection, kind of my post thoughts on my first full race season. So, yeah. First and foremost, had a great fucking day out of Post. Sent double D for the first time since I destroyed my shoulder. Working on some good jumps. Hit up hidden. It's a good time. Good time. As for the race season, it was a very successful season. I will just go ahead and say that. My goal coming into it was to place in the overall, and I straight up won that shit. I took first. Yeah. I was really, really happy. But at the same time, it was weird. I thought I would be more happy. I thought it'd feel a little different for sure. Like, it's interesting. It's different. Take nothing away from it. I'm very proud. I'm very happy. It's weird, when you compare yourself to other people, it's never a good deal. It's just not a good way to go. And I got to remind myself, like, I've literally only been riding bikes like a year and 4 months, a year and 5 months. So I was where I belong. I was in the novice class. I won the novice class. It's all good. But I don't know. I compare myself with the people up in the next classes up that I'll be racing next year and even higher than that, and pros and experts and stuff. And I'm like, well, shit. So, yeah, just that whole comparing yourself to other people is not a good deal. So with that being said, let's run through the race season. First race of the season, go figure, was Post Canyon. Fucking awesome. I was really stoked about that one. I went into Post Canyon with high hopes. Super high hopes. I really wanted to place high in that one, if not win it. I thought that would be a really cool race to be my first win. If you know me, you know Post Canyon's one of, if not my favorite place to ride. Port Gamble might have taken the cake after this last weekend, but yeah, just a good time. So I went out there. My practice day, I dropped into the first stage, and I'm like, yo, my front brake feels weird. It's strange. I made it about halfway through, and I had no front brake. Yeah, I was like, fuck, it's never a good thing. Got back down, loaded up the car, drove right to Portland, dropped the bike off at the farm, saw what they could do. They looked at it, and they're like, I don't know what's going on, man, it's working. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, there was no brake up at Post. I'm like, nah, maybe there's some error or something. I think they did a little burp bleed or something. And it felt alright, I went out there to the race day, and as I'm making my way up to stage one, I could tell. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Something's fucked up. And dropped into stage one, same shit, no front brake. I'm like, oh, and now I'm in race run, so I need to be fucking going. I need to, like, descend in that shit, And I was like, well, let's do what we can. I was real heavy on the rear. I was dragging that fucking back everywhere. It was a rowdy ride for sure. I got pretty lucky with the trails that I was given to race that day. They weren't too crazy because, yeah, it would have been a gnarly deal. Got in between stage 1 and 2. I popped the bike up. I was pumping that motherfucker. Got the brake back in for all but like the first 100 yards of the second stage, and then it was gone again. And second stage is a bit steeper than the first, and so I was like, well, fuck it. I just hung on and sent it for gold, and did okay. I ended up, so I was told I took third, which I was like, oh, cool, it's like, man, I made it onto the box. It's progression. And so I'm waiting the whole day, and podium time comes around, I didn't double check the screen because I got third. Knew everybody that was racing in my category. I wasn't worried about it. And they call up third, and it's not me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And of course, I'm not gonna embarrass myself and make myself look like an idiot, so I just kind of kept my mouth shut. But I did go ask. I'm like, yo, like, I was in third. What happened there? And I guess there was an e-bike guy that his e-bike fucked up practice day, and so he had his other bike and he switched into my category for race day, but didn't go out with us because he was confused, but turned in his time for I don't know, the whole fucking thing was confusing. But he took third and I took fourth. So yeah, first race of the season, took fourth at post, got some good points for the overall, because the guys who took top three were not in my category. So technically, for the beginners, I got the most points out of all the beginner guys for that race. So I'm leading overall. That's pretty cool. What the fuck is going on here? Traffic. Yeah, and so I took fourth. I can't lie, I was fucking bummed because it's post. I wanted to win. And my front brake failed me. And an e-biker took my third. So, it's like, well, alright. Just reeled down, kind of moped around for a day or two, and then I got back to training. It's like, alright, we got to do better. We just got to do fucking better. No excuses, no nonsense, no nothing. Just go and ride better, go faster, brake less, and you'll fucking win more. Makes sense. Yeah. Next race was Tiger Mountain. I was looking forward to this one. Tiger's pretty cool, and it's right next to exit 27. I love exit 27, so yeah, let's do it. The week before Tiger Mountain, rewind real quick. I did get the front brake fixed, brought it back into the farm, and they realized, they're like, yeah, the master cylinder, front master completely failed. They dealt with Megara, super thankful for that. Megara was pretty easy to work with from what they said, what the guys at the farm said. And Megara sent me out a brand new front master, got that all buttoned up, good to go, and we're back riding. Fast forward to Tiger. 1 week before Tiger Mountain, I'm out riding this trail called the Bus. At the time, it was a little unsanctioned jump trail, not so little, unsanctioned jump trail out of Rocky Point. And the namesake of the trail, the Bus Step Up, is a good size step up. It's a good deal. Good deal, big jump, big deal. And I had cased it really, really bad previously. I'd only tried it once, and it was like in front of Charlie and all those really good jumpers, the RP locals. And I fucking, I don't know how I didn't die. I nose cased the shit out of it, but the landing was so soft that I was able to just literally push the front wheel through the landing, and had to repack it up and shit. But it was bad. This time around, I knew that shit was hard. It was set. If I nose case that, it ain't going through, I'm going over. So that was not an option. I needed to go faster, brake less, and send that shit. You know, be a man. And so I did a couple pre-runs, and the step up is fucking halfway, 3/4 down the trail, so it's a bit of a bitch of a climb to get a couple warm-ups on that trail, but I did it 'cause I wanted it to be right. And on the third go, I was like, alright, I'm feeling it. All the jumps leading up to it were feeling good. Just having a good jump day overall. So it's time to go. We sent that shit. Dropped in, hit all the jumps, everything was feeling good. Came up to the Bus Step Up, sent it. You can hear in the video the sigh of relief. It was because I saw the landing and I was clearing it, fucking for sure. We were going deep, boys. And it was a sigh of relief. I was just like, yes, because I knew, I was like, I got this. I'm landing this. I'm clearing it. Fuck yeah. Well, I overshot the landing, and it's a sniper landing. It's like field goal posts. It's 3 sets of trees that make up 3 sets of field goals that you got to make it through. It's tight. And when I overshot the landing, I overshot it far enough to where I landed in the tracks where people got on the brakes real hard to make it through the little chute that it sends you into. And so when I overshot it and I landed into the braking ruts that were all dried out and hard and shit, it is also a little bit off camber. So I landed a little nose heavy, overshot the landing nose heavy in the rut, off camber, collapsed all my suspension, and it just like fucking kinked the wheel. Like it folded the wheel, it turned it just enough to kick me off the center line of my bike and sent me headfirst into a tree. Yeah, it was a fucking really hard hit. My head was the first thing to hit the tree. Knocked me out. Not long. I had it on camera. Like I was down for a couple seconds, but it was bad. And I definitely had a really good concussion, a really bad concussion, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that was a rough deal. So that was like 6 days or maybe 7 days before the Tiger Mountain race. So I didn't do nothing. Stayed in a dark room for the first few days. I was just trying to get right. I was having a really hard time. I'd had concussions before, but I had nothing like this. Like this one was we'll just call it a grand mal concussion for sure. And yeah, I remember I got out there. So the practice day before Tiger Mountain race was the first race, or the first time I'd been on my bike since the concussion. I remember saying to myself, I was like, man, my fucking feet just don't feel like they're under me. Like, this is so strange. Like, I feel like my feet feel numb almost. Like, it's fucking weird. And I was at exit 27 in the fucking rain. And so, like, exit 27 is some gnarly shit, let alone if it's raining and you can't feel your feet. It's strange. And so it took basically a good sesh out at exit 27, and then I went to Tiger Mountain to do my practice race. And it wasn't until like towards the end of the practice race at Tiger that I really started to feel like myself on the bike again. I was like, cool, thank fucking God. Like, all right, let's do this. And so yeah, got my practice in, went back to the hotel, got fucking showered, ate, got some rest, get ready for the next day at Tiger. So we get to Tiger, and it is pissing down fucking rain. Like, the conditions prior to this were, everything was really fucking dry. Like, it was hot, it was like 90 degrees, 100 degrees down in Oregon. Fucking, yeah, it was complete polar opposite. So I was not expecting to race in the rain. So luckily I had a coat, like a little throw over windbreaker coat in my bike box, because otherwise I was literally in fucking summer attire. And so yeah, get in for the race, get up for the climb, and I've never rode in such wet conditions in my life, let alone raced in wet conditions like that. Like, it was something else. A great fucking time though. A really, really good time. It was really cool to be in those just wild, rowdy, unpredictable, uncontrollable conditions where you knew everybody was struggling. So many people went down. So many people were fucking sliding, just going everywhere. And I was like, this is cool. This is my time, because we're going to make a mess of this shit. We're going to make it rowdy. We're going to make it ugly. We're going to make it fucking gritty. And it's all going to play into my thing, because if I'm struggling, everybody's fucking struggling. Well, we're gonna send it and see if we can get a good result. And had a really, really good race. Like, my final stage, the dude, this guy Ben, he's a pretty cool guy. He beat me out of that stage by 6/100ths of a second. Talk about fucking close. And I took third overall at Tiger, which I was proud of. Like, that third place holds a great weight for me. Like, that was dope for sure. I was really happy. Yeah. Fast forward. So the race was Saturday. The following Monday, me and my buddy Greg decided we're going to go hit up Fear and Loam out at Tillamook. Well, looking back, I don't think I was fully recovered from that concussion. And I think taking third at Tiger Mountain through everything gave me this false sense of security, false sense of I'm okay. And I just don't think I was all there. And I ended up getting hurt at Fear and Loam. I ended up separating my AC joint in the shoulder. Grade 3 or level 3 AC separation, or whatever you want to call it. That was a rough one. That was a real rough one. Greg helped pack my bike out of there. We were about towards the end of the second or third section or whatever. And so it was a good little hike. It took us a second, and just a rough go. Rough fucking go. That put me out. I wasn't able to ride for almost 2 months. And so from that Monday, I had approximately 2 months before the race at North Slope, the next race that I was going to do. And I said the second, like, I felt the collarbone in my hand, I was like, fuck, there goes the race season. Like, that's it. Like, god damn it. I was so bummed. And because I thought I broke the collarbone. Looking back, it probably would have been better to break the collarbone than doing the level 3 separation, because at least, like, the bone's going to heal strong, and it's going to be one. This shit is still separated. It's still, like, it clears. But yeah, so I had to go to the hospital for that one. Had to pay for that, or not pay for that, and go to collections. Awesome. Fucking A. And, yeah, took a lot of time off. I missed some work. Put me in debt. It's fucked up. Fucked up for sure. But it was like, again, a week before the race, and I got on the bike. It was like, alright, I can't jump, I can't drop, but I could ride. And all I gotta do, I gotta get out there for this race, and I gotta just finish. Even if I take last, I'll get some sort of points, and it will keep me in the running for the overall. At this point, I'm thinking winning the overall is shot. Like, it's over, it's done with. But just stay in the running, bro. Just stay in it, you know? So I got out there. Wasn't in the greatest shape. I really wasn't. Like, all around. Because I haven't been riding. So my fucking cardio and everything was shit. Body was shit. Shoulder was real fragile, real sensitive. I knew what I was risking going out there. I knew if I go down on it, it's going to be catastrophic. But yeah, I'm not the smartest guy. And I paid for this. I worked for this. I wanted this. So I was like, fuck it, let's go. Just go out there and hold on. One of the stages I had raced the previous year, the only race I did the previous season, and I loved it. I did a lot of practice runs on that year, and it hadn't really changed much. If anything, they cleaned it up a bit, cleaned up the lips and everything, cleaned up the trail. And that trail won me that race for sure. So yeah, I guess I jumped forward. Long story short, I took first in the race. I won North Slope. That was the first and only race I've ever won first place at. It was fucking amazing. I didn't do too good in one stage, but I did so well in the other that it completely like offset everything, and it won me the race. Stoked, really stoked. Next race up, in between those two races, I took some more time for the shoulders, healing up, trying to get right again. And the next race was going to be Raging River. I actually wasn't going to do that race. I picked up a new job. Wasn't going to be able to get the time off. The new job didn't work out. So I got the time off. Like, fuck it, let's go to Raging. Let's go race, let's go have fun. Raging was hard as a motherfucker, I ain't even gonna lie. It's almost a 14-mile race. Difficult, long stages. Almost a 7-mile climb out to the very first stage before we ever got any sort of downhill at all. Rough go. So Post I took 4th, Tiger took 3rd, North Slope I took 1st. I took fucking 11th of 16 riders at Raging River. Tough go. But yeah, it is what it is. I went out to Duthie afterwards and jumped my little heart out. And then I came home. Get ready for the season finale up at Dry Hill, Port Angeles. And boy, was it a season finale. I fucking tell you what. That place, dry, steep, fast, loose. The home of the downhill. It's the home of the Northwest Cup, so I should have known, it's a true downhill place. The fucking climbs out there, it's not that they're long. They're really steep. Like, really, really steep. Coming in, buddy. Yeah, so had a good time. The day before, I went out to Port Angeles for the first time, or not Port Gamble, sorry, Port Gamble for the first time. I've been wanting to hit those jumps for a very long time, and I had a really wonderful day, really, really good time. And then I went and got my practice race run in after that. I was fucking dead, but all good. Race day comes around. Body's feeling meh. I might have maybe possibly pulled a calf fucking at the end of my race practice run, but we won't talk about that. It's all good. It held up. Good. I was just tired. Did the race. Ended up taking third in the Dry Hill race in the final, which catapulted me into first place overall for the 2023 Cascadia Dirt Cup season. Yeah. Fucking super stoked. It's just crazy feelings all around. So many ups and downs this season, between injuries, between mechanicals, between fucking trying to change my career, trying to become better in that aspect, that not working out, me feeling really some type of way and real down about that, and just, yeah, like it was a crazy, crazy season. But in the end, I won. And I won one of the races, and the third place at Tiger. I think of all of them, honestly, the third place at Tiger, I think, holds the most weight to me, because that race was really tough. I mean, Dry Hill was too, but like, I really, really felt in the zone for Tiger. Like, I felt like I was riding just really good, for sure. After I did in my shoulder, there was a bit of a block for speed-wise, because I knew, like, if I go down on this, it's going to be really fucking bad. But I still, like, I finished strong. Aside some raging, I gave some good results, and yeah, hell of a fucking season. Big thank yous to Greg, my man, for everything, man. We've rode so much through the last year and a half, and you've helped me so much with my trail routing, with my line selection, even with my jumping a little bit when I was first starting out, with just like scoping shit out and figuring it out, and yeah, bro, I really appreciate you. Much love, man. Much love. The reason, Greg Turnage, the reason we ride, if you guys are wondering, that's his channel. Dude's amazing. A long time professional rider. Really cool guy. Next, and certainly not least, I probably should have did this one first. I'm gonna catch some slack about this, but to Sarah, baby, my girl, my significant other, my better half, my other half, my twinkle twinkle little fucking star. I don't know, like, yeah. She set up all the hotels throughout the season, to all the races that she came out to. She came out to all of them, I think, except for Post and Raging. Because Raging wasn't supposed to happen, and Post, it was so close to home, and she couldn't get the day off. It's all good. But yeah, just the organization, setting everything up, getting the food, and traveling with me, taking care of the big old baby puppy dog, my big old 121-pound Rottweiler. Went through all those people and crowds and shit, and you're a true champ. I appreciate you, and I love you. To the Fat Tire Farm for the bike work, the help with fixing the brake, the front master cylinder, dealing with Magara at the beginning of the season. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I don't make it into the shop as much as I wish I could or wish I should. I haven't really got to ride with a bunch of you guys as much as I'd like to, or really much at all. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the help. And last but certainly not least, to the Cascadia Dirt Cup, putting on a fucking banger season. Great time, great vibes, great sense, fucking awesome people, good organization, great trails, just a good time. And I'm looking forward to the next seasons. Plural, for sure. And I think that's gonna do it for the summer. It's looking like it's gonna be about 25 fucking minutes. I don't know if anybody's gonna sit and watch all this, but if you do, my hat's off to you, metaphorically speaking. Much love to everybody, and let's end it, guys. Catch me out on the trails. Feel free to hit me up anytime. I love to ride, love to jump, love to send, love to drop. Just fucking love to be out there. Have a good day, guys. Nomad out.